everyone. Welcome to Anne's BookTube, Refuge for Bibliophiles. This is Anna, and in this video I am going to show you the books that I am currently reading. Well, now I am currently reading 12 to 13 books in total. Yes, I am a mood reader and I always read 4 to 5 books a day, reading 4 to 5 pages from each book per day. So this time I am reading about 12 to 13 books, and I would make a series of videos in which I would be talking about 3 to 4 books per video, and I will be naming these videos as mid-year book freakout tag 2023 part 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So although it is the month of August and I don't consider August to be the mid-year, I would take a liberty and call this a mid-year book freakout tag. So anyways, without further delay, let us get started. Now the first book that I am reading is The New Wilderness by Diane Cook. So this book was shortlisted for the 2020 Booker Prize. Now this book is about a community of people who have left the city and are staying in forests or the wilderness to adapt to the new conditions. Now this takes place in a future time where the cities have become uninhabitable and the pollution has percolated so much so that it renders the cities incapable of sustaining any kind of habitation. So people move from cities into wilderness and adapt to their life, and as they are living and staying in the wilderness, they have their fair share of discomforts. And for instance, someone is dying, someone is ailing and they are not being taken care of. When someone becomes too much feeble, then the community decides to leave them, which is a sad thing in itself. So this book basically shows that if we don't take care of our environment, then we are bound to meet a doom which would render the cities unfit for habitation. So the cover of the book is very beautiful as well. So we can see that these are the buildings, and as pollution has engulfed the cities, the buildings are on fire, and people are moving from cities to the wilderness. So the deer and the tree depict wilderness, and the footprints of people show that people are moving from cities to the wilderness. Now the cities and the wilderness are separated by a barricade. So the cover is very meaningful. Now, contrary to the popular opinion that this book is not as much good, I feel that this book is a nice read. I like the plot of the book, I like the language in which the book has been written, and I quite enjoyed the book. And I would give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now I am midway into this book, and this book consists of about 400 pages. The font size is quite legible as well. You will not have no difficulty in reading the font size. Now I am going to show you my bookmark. This is a Harry Potter themed bookmark which I got from Bookstore. So I purchased a few books from Bookstores and they were very kind enough to send me this bookmark. So this is a Harry Potter themed bookmark which I absolutely like. So overall this book is a pleasant read, and I would give this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. I am halfway into the book and I haven't read it completely. Once I read it completely, I would make another video stating what I liked and what I disliked about this particular book. Now the next book that I am reading is The Unheard by Nikki French. Now Nikki French is a husband-wife duo who write thriller novels. So in this book, what happens is that there is a couple who have a child. This couple is separated, but and alternately stays between her mother and father. And when it was her mother's turn to look after her, she found out that something was something was not okay with her child. She was drawing inappropriate pictures. She was saying inappropriate words. So she wondered where something must be wrong and why is she behaving in such an odd manner. So this is about a woman who tries to find out what is wrong with her life, whether something has happened that is making her daughter behave in that particular manner. So just like all other Nikki French writings, this book is also a very book where the language is very flowy, very nice. I overall like this book. So I have read about 12 to 13 chapters of this book and I like it. I would give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So I would say I am quite enjoying this book. So once I finish reading this book, I would put up a video stating how I like this book, whether you should purchase it or not. So this was all about this book, Unheard, The Unheard by Nikki French. Now the next book that I am reading is Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte. So Anne Bronte is one of the Bronte sisters who used to write in the 1700s or the 1800s. So I have read other books by the Bronte sisters like The Wuthering Heights and a book about one governess. I can't recall the name of the book right now, but that was about a governess. Now this book is also about a governess, and this book shows the deplorable state of governesses in Victorian England. So in this book, a girl takes up the profession of a governess because of the deplorable financial state of her family. So her family, knowing the kind of life a governess leads, they debar her from taking the job of a governess, but she is adamant on taking the job of a governess because she wants to help her family financially. So she takes up the job of the governess, and when she goes to the first household to teach the children, she faces a situation which should not have been faced by a governess, because we have always been told to respect our teachers. So the household she goes to, the children are not even encouraged to respect her, and she is expected to be like a servant of the family, and she is expected to be a subservient creature and given to the whims and fancies of the children. So she leaves that household and she goes to another household from where the story continues. So this book shows the deplorable state of governesses in Victorian England, just like all other books from that era about governesses. So yeah, this is quite an enjoyable read. I would give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. And I am halfway into this book. After I finish this book, I will be giving you the summary of the book in another video. Now the next book that I am going to read is The Child in Time by Ian McEwan. Now Ian McEwan is a writer who uh, whose writing is a bit complex. I wouldn't recommend this book for beginners to read. After you have mastered the art of reading complex novels, then only I will recommend you to read this particular book. Now this book is about a couple whose only daughter gets kidnapped, and this results in a strain in the relationship between the man and the wife, and they get separated. And this man tries to uh, find the abductor, and in that process several years go by, and he is in a state of he's in a mentally disturbed state. So this is about the quest of a father trying to find her daughter and find the kidnapper. So this is a very interesting read. Now I got this book from Bookchore, and this book is about 200 pages long. The font size is quite legible, and the book is in a very good condition. So I would definitely consider buying books from Bookchore in the future. So I am quite enjoying this book. I feel that this book is going to be a 5-star read. So this was all about this book, The Child in Time by Ian McEwan. Now the next book that I am going to read is Odyssey by Homer. Now Iliad and Odyssey, as we all know from our history lessons, are epics from Greek mythology. So just like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, the storyline revolves around battles and feuds between the rulers. It is about gods, goddesses, demigods, nymphs, and all other mystical and magical creatures. So Odyssey is the second part of the series Iliad and Odyssey. Before you venture into Odyssey, I would suggest that you first go through Iliad. So the thing with me was that I first started reading the Odyssey novel and I quite liked it. So I went ahead and I continued reading that. So this is a very nice book, and this was originally written in Greek. It has been translated to English, and just because it is a epic novel does not mean that it cannot be understood. It can be understood very well. So this book is by Fingerprint Classics, and this is about 360 pages long. Just like every other Fingerprint Classics, the font size is quite legible, and I absolutely like this book. And I feel that this book is going to be a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, this is the first section of the book. Now before I end this video, I would like to show you a cute diary that I purchased from Amazon. So this is a diary by Factor Notes, and the specialty about this diary is that it is a dotted it has got dotted pages, which is very good for writing journals, as well as it is great for writing to-do lists, as you can structure your day using this diary. And yeah, so this is a nice purchase that I recently made. So this is all about this pile of books. Let me arrange this first. So these are the piles. This is the pile of book. I have 3-4 more such piles of books that I am going to discuss with you. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking this video, and please subscribe to my channel, as this would mean a lot to me. If you want to find more about other books, keep checking my channel once a while, because I post videos regularly. And yeah, this was all about this pile of books, and I wish you a happy reading, and goodbye.